Alright, it's time for the last section of the tier list, the moment we've all been waiting for. These characters are the absolute best that Ultimate has to offer. Most of them have already won several tournaments and could even win several more. These are the top tiers, ladies and gentlemen, also called the S tiers. Just like in high tier, you're going to hear us talk a lot about strengths, because they don't have that many weaknesses. You also hear us talk about the unique things that they can do. In Ultimate, the best characters have their own distinct style. Sure, they might fit archetypes like Rushdown, Projectile-Based Zoner, and Swordy, but no top-tier movesets look the same. Well, except for Peach and Daisy, but that doesn't count. Hey guys, this is Keith Allen, and I would love to connect with you on my Instagram, so go ahead and follow me. We got a lot of stuff coming out. The top tier is also looking pretty stable. Even after Nintendo nerfed several top tiers in patch 3.1, not too much change. Olimar got nerfed the hardest of anybody, and even he only fell down one tier. Hey, right now, it looks like it's safe to bet that these top tiers won't get nerfed or dropped off that hard. So let's talk about someone who is anchored to the top of Smash tier list, someone who just keeps coming back. That's right, it's Fox. Hey, if you like Smash, chances are you know about this guy. Fox is the king of space animals, and he's got a long, decorated history in the fighting franchise. Honestly, he's looked better in Smash than he has in his own games. What keeps Star Fox on top? Well, he falls down really fast. Fox falls so fast that it's just easy for him to hit with an aerial, then land, reset his jumps, and follow up. Fox is one of Ultimate's best aggressive characters, with the kit loaded full of combos and quick moves. And on top of that, he's perfectly sized up for an aggressive character because he's short enough to hit smaller characters but still tall enough to have good hitboxes. That means Fox can scrap with just about anybody. Defense is Fox's weakness though, and it's not even that weak. But his fast fall speed does make him easier to combo. His exploitable recovery does make him edge guardable. His lightweight does make him die early. However, he does have great defensive options like neutral air and up smash, and his recovery covers a lot of distance. So guys, don't worry, a lot has changed since Melee. But hey, you can still settle beef with your friends by challenging them to a 1v1 you. No items, final destination, Fox only. Time to take back your colors. Hey, whether it's Smash or Star Fox, Wolf O'Donnell's is the only space animal bad enough to rival Star Fox. Unlike Fox, Wolf isn't necessarily an offensive juggernaut. Instead, he's super well balanced. Wolf has solid moves all around, whether it's reliable range options, super fast tilts, big aerials, or strong smash attacks. Wolf flat out plays neutral well. If you need to build up percent, he can stack up damage with several reliable short strings. If you need to close out a stock, he has great smash attacks, a back air, or up tilt. Wolf can ledge trap using neutral air, can two-frame with several moves, and can defend himself with tilts and aerials. Wolf is one of the best bread and butter characters in the game, no matter how you slice it. Sure, Wolf's recovery isn't great, and it only got worse after 3.1 nerfed his up special's hitbox, but he's still got great air speed and a hard-to-contest side special, so he's not even sweating when he's off stage. I mean, can anthropomorphic wolves even sweat? You know what? Don't even answer that. We're better off just not knowing. Alright, let's move away from space animals and talk about something a little less fantastical, like Pokemon. Pikachu is to Pokemon what Mario is to, well, Mario. This little dude has always been relevant in Smash, no matter what the tier list tells you. He's been winning events in every single game, and in Ultimate, he's back and more electric than ever. Pikachu is in top tier because of his great strings, his insane edge guarding, his powerful neutral game, and his movement. This is a character that can reliably work opponents of any weight class up to high percent. This is a character that is beyond lethal offstage and super hard to edge guard. This character simply has so many great moves and tools for disadvantage, neutral, or advantage that it's just hard to see him anywhere but top tier. Pikachu's been a top tier for a while, but now he's getting close to the top of the top. That's because he was one of the few top tiers to get buffed, not nerfed. Pikachu got a slight grab range increase while most characters had several moves turned down. Don't go underestimating this little guy, and don't go underestimating his even smaller child, PICHU. PICHU is the more extreme version of Pikachu. Somehow, this baby Pikachu is faster and hits harder than its adult form. More reasonably, it dies a lot earlier and is worse in a disadvantage, but PICHU is the premier aggressive combo character of Ultimate. It's not hard for PICHU to rack up damage and get a kill using its many multi-hit drag down moves. However, PICHU is even lighter than Pikachu and doesn't have a hitbox on his up special. That makes it easier to punish a PICHU player when they make mistakes. One errant whiff could be the end of PICHU's stock. Oh, and also, did we mention that PICHU hurts itself whenever it uses an electric attack? Ooh. That means PICHU can't really stall out and play neutral through its Thunder Jolts. That also means that PICHU's whiffs hurt even if they aren't punished. Nintendo actually nerfed Pichu by increasing his self-damage and the size of his hurt box, making what was a top 5 character move down to around top 10. Still, hey, Pichu has moved up from the melee meme character to the scariest baby you've ever seen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the last weird humanoid animal character, Inkling. Straight out of Splatoon, Inkling was Ultimate's first newcomer and is now one of the best characters. Inkling is really strong because it can, and at any point, be a squid or a kid. That's the kind of versatility most characters lack. But really guys, Inkling has so many reliable strings and options in neutral that it's just hard to put the character up at the top. They are one of Smash's most unique additions, making them pretty hard to fight. Their ink changes how much damage they do, and thus how far they can knock you back. Some of their animations put them so low to the ground that they can dodge projectiles and attacks. Their roller grounds you and lets them set up for early kills, and their bombs can just zone and ledge trap. That's a lot for one kit. However, hey, Inkling's kit becomes weaker against opponents who have knowledge of it. If you know how this character works, you know the shield roller, to avoid and punish back airs, and to not give Inkling time to refill ink, at least in theory. Inkling's frame data, speed, and tools are so good across the board that lots of characters can't challenge them well. Careful about bringing a low tier to a top tier fight. Alright, so you might have noticed that top tier is filled with characters that can combo their enemies into oblivion. If there's a queen of combos, it's the queen of Mushroom Kingdom herself, Peach, and also Daisy. Is Daisy the queen of something? Where does she stack up in the royal family? Is she Peach's younger sister that didn't inherit anything? Is she like the Duchess of... Anyways, Peach might be Ultimate's hardest hitter. Most of her attacks do serious damage and knockback, and it's not hard for her to find an opening either. She has tons of quick moves and can set up for strings. Since she can float and has great aerial mobility in general, she can pressure opponents like crazy too. Peach can just sit on an opponent's shield, harassing them with arrows until they make a mistake. Peach does sometimes struggle against other top tiers that can zone her, or simply rival her combo game with one of their own. Still though, hey, she's got a nice matchup against most of the cast, along with tons of options for pretty much any point in the game. Nintendo did nerf some of Peach's options, making them laggier and less strong, but that wasn't enough to knock her out of the top tier. Get ready, because you're gonna hear a whole lot of, oh, did I win? In Ultimate's lifespan. So, what's a queen to a goddess? Well, a peer in top tier, if we're going by Ultimate's logic. Palutena joins the ranks of Ultimate Strong's heroines. Unlike Peach and Daisy, she's less about combos and shield pressure and more about balanced playstyle. Palutena has a lot of core things you need to be good in Ultimate. Good movement, hey, good aerials, good combos, good kill moves, and range. In terms of movement, Palutena can use teleport cancels to not just recover but actually take back stage control without getting punished. In terms of aerials, she has her neutral air. In terms of combos, she also has her neutral air. Memes aside, Palutena's aerial game is one of the best, and her combo game is up there too. Her down throw is a great combo throw for low and high percents. Her neutral air chains into itself. Her up tilt is just great for catching air dodgers and juggling too. Palutena mostly struggles in scramble situations. She doesn't even have the best out of shield options. When she's put far on the back foot, she can't always fight her way out. She can teleport and try to reset, but opponents can catch her at the beginning or end of the animation and punish her. As a top tier, she can feel less oppressive, but she's every bit as capable. Like Palutena, Lucina isn't an oppressive top tier. She doesn't necessarily have endless combos or crazy mechanics. She's more of an honest, up and down sortie. That said, hey, she's one of the most well-rounded sortie in the game. Her disjoints are massive, her out-of-shield options are good, her recovery is great, and her edge guarding is even better. Lucina can easily just carry opponents into the blast zone with forward airs. On top of that, she's a fast character with some good raw kill moves like forward smash. Lucina mostly lacks the flash of other top tiers. Her combo game isn't as insane. Her toolkit isn't as diverse. She doesn't really have any range options because of all that. She's got a reputation as Ultimate's blandest character. Some people speculate that she might even fall out of top tier as players figure her out. Right now though, hey, she's still one of Ultimate's most rounded characters and she deserves a spot in the top tier. Okay, did someone say sortie? Did someone say massive disjoints? Say no more, ladies and gentlemen. Shulk is already here with his giant anime sword. He's outside your door right now, yelling out the names of all his moves. This character has Ike-sized hitboxes that can be twice as fast and kill even earlier. Shulk's Monados give him a strategic depth that most characters can only dream of. His different arts let him excel at pretty much any point of the game, whether it's getting strings at low percents or not getting killed at high percent. For a long time, Shulk stayed out of the top tier simply because players were just still learning him. His Monados made him a high potential character that wasn't there yet. Now, he's arrived. His mains are starting to pick up big wins, and big-name competitors are starting to main him. While SHULK is looking pretty great, his big hitboxes do come with in-lag. That means it is possible to overwhelm him up close, especially if his shield art is down. Even with his downside, this is one godly JRPG warrior. Alright ladies and gentlemen, it's just not top tier without Snake. The man's aesthetics were shamefully nerfed, there's no denying that. But in terms of gameplay, he's as explosive as ever. Snake is Ultimate's premier zoner. This guy can partition half the stage away from you with all of his projectiles. When if you do break through his zones, he can hit you away with a dash attack or hold a grenade while shielding. If you sit and shield against him, he can pressure with down air or grab and start a tech chase. And we haven't even got into his up tilt. Snake's up tilt is one of the fastest, strongest kill moves in the game, and he can set it up with the down throw. Snake might actually be one of the most oppressive characters in Ultimate. Still, it's not clear if he's the strongest though. Snake is one of the easiest top tiers to juggle or combo him. His best way out is to use a grenade to break the combo, but the timing can be tricky and the strategy can backfire. Snake is beyond solid guys in Ultimate, but he's not unbeatable. For that reason, it's not clear yet if he's the biggest boss in the game. Does Nintendo need to nerf Joker or MKLeo? Whenever MKLeo picks up a character, everyone in the Smash community asks, is that character good or is MKLeo just godlike? Well, we think Leo is just godlike, but Joker's top tier too. After all, it's not just MKLeo putting in work with the character. Other top players like Wishes, Sue, Stroder, and Dyer have all had success. It makes sense too because Joker has the tools to be a top tier. His recovery is good, he has tons of strings and combos, he has good hitboxes and frame data, then he has a giant top hat wearing ghost that makes him better at literally everything. Also, he's got a gun, and not a card 2 blunderbuss either. He has a straight up handgun, guys. Snake wasn't even allowed to have a gun, and Bayonetta had to sneak her guns in using her shoes. Joker does have some issues like struggling to kill without arson and relying on a temporary buff like arson in the first place. But hey, all top tiers have their issues, right? Like other top tiers, his strengths outweigh his weaknesses. The real dilemma here is that all Joker mains are legally obligated to care about the Persona series. Don't commit, guys, if you're not prepared to play all 6 games and tweet about them. Alright guys, well that's it for, well, the whole tier list, for now. Listen guys, we're not going to give you any credit for picking a top tier like we did with the mid and low tiers. You either got lucky or you know exactly what you're doing. Either way, hey, you're good to go, and now your job is to tell the Smash community why your character actually isn't that great. Hey, in all seriousness, it's just good to remember guys that tier lists don't show everything and shouldn't be the one way to pick a main. Tiers just don't always show how balanced the game is in general. In Ultimate, for instance, low tiers are a lot closer to high tiers than in Melee. Tiers also don't show how hard a character is to play or if they have one bad matchup that everyone in your region happens to play. Tiers also won't show you if a character fits your style. There's just a lot more that goes into picking a main than character strength. But if you're looking for an assessment of how good every character is in competitive Smash Ultimate, then you found it, guys. This is it for the ProGuides tier list. Hey, feel free to visit ProGuides for more educational content on each character. We also have an updated tier list on there that we are sure will change any second now. Feel free to stick around and leave some comments telling us what you think about this list and the video. Hey guys, once again, this is Keith Allen. I would love for you to connect with me on my Instagram and join us next time when Nintendo changes a bunch of stuff. Players learn new tech, and we all do this all over again.